So most homeowners think that power surges are rare, or they don't even know what they are. And the truth is it's something that happens every single day. So surges usually don't destroy electronics immediately. It's a chronic problem that takes time to show its face, until something expensive fails for what seems like no obvious reason. And the frustrating part about this isn't just the repair bill, right? It's knowing that it could have been prevented. The more noticeable ones are going to be things like lightning strikes. And yes, that is a rare example. One of the more common examples is simply just turning something on, turning it off, your refrigerator compressor kicking on, the AC kicking on, anything that has a motor, a fan. The options are endless. The point is, power surges happen all the time. So what do these do? So these less noticeable power surges, like I said, the fridge kicking on, all that stuff, the damage that these microsurges are doing might not be noticeable at that moment in time, and it's a chronic effect. For example, you've probably noticed that you've had to change out your light bulbs, your LED light bulbs, which in theory should be lasting many years. If you're like myself, some of them I change out a lot sooner than I believe they should be changed out. And the only reason they're failing is because of these microsurges. You can argue it's an upsell, and sure, maybe it is, but it's a couple $100 that could save you thousands. How do we solve this problem? Like, there has to be a way. This is 2026, right? And yes, there is a way to solve it. That's where you bring in something called a surge protection device that you install in your panel. So what whole home surge protection devices are doing is acting like a sponge to absorb this unstable power so that your electronics never see it. When your fridge compressor kicks on, that sends a big voltage spike. It's very, very brief, but it's sending this spike out to all the other devices on that circuit. And these devices aren't rated to handle that kind of voltage, and it's damaging the electronics ever so slightly. What it really is at the end of the day is relatively cheap investment protection. For most homes, getting these surge protection devices installed is far less expensive than replacing any single appliance. It's protection you hope you never need, but you're glad you have. When I say electronics in the home, what I'm referring to is it's a plethora of things. You know, that can go from your computers, TV, almost everything nowadays has electronics in it that are sensitive to these voltage spikes. Under current Montana code, the 2020 National Electric Code, these devices are actually required on all new builds or new panel installations. So if you have a home that was built when the 2017 code was adopted or prior, you're unlikely to have one, which is normal, but it's still a good idea to get them retrofit. When we're talking about surge protection, a common misconception is power strips. And power strips work, but only for the devices that are plugged into them. So anything that is not plugged into that power strip is going to fall victim to these surges. Where a whole home device does quite literally what it says. It protects everything in your home. So if future-proofing is something you care about, surge protection is a good thing to check out. It's going to save you a lot of money on the back end. If you got any questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer them, or I'll make a video response, whatever makes sense. Thanks.